An important thing for us at Balance Catamarans is that all of our boats are really simple to operate. I don't want to be on any boat that I can't sail by myself if I'm in trouble, and that I can easily sail with my wife. And we think that most of our customers are like this. They want their boats to be easy to operate. So we spend a lot of time thinking about our sail handling systems. On this particular boat, the 526, all of the sail operations take place here. Reefing, topping lift, halyards, general operation. And it's designed in such a way that in foul weather, I can have the top here closed and sit in the plinth without opening up the hard top and make a change. I can slide the top open, step up, slide the plinth forward and make sail changes here. I can sit here and make changes. And what's really cool about this particular boat is that I can also operate the main sheet down here, and if I want, I can also operate the jib down here. So the jib, the Genoa, and the main can be operated both up and down, which gives it a lot of flexibility. The Genoa on the boat is a self-tending Genoa. It's on a blade track with Harken rolling cars, so tacking the boat is just absolutely a dream. You center the main sheet, sail upwind, and just turn the wheel over and tack, and boom, she goes. So ease of operation is absolutely incredible on this boat. We have big line storage box here so that I call it the spaghetti factor. So anything that you can do to reduce the spaghetti factor on a sailboat is always a benefit. So this big box takes care of all the halyards, reefing lines, and main sheet. When you're operating the Balance 526 in the down position, say you have the helm down and you don't want to go up top to operate the main sheet, you just come over here to the main sheet. You have a stopper here. You can take the main sheet over to this winch, give it a couple wraps, press the button, trim the main. When you've got your trim done, take it back. We're going to put a little sail bag here, pop the stopper, your main sheet's set. Super easy, super simple. All the Balance Catamarans are offered with Daggerboards. Most of our customers elect to have them. We will do boats without Daggerboards for those that wish, but we're strong believers in the performance of Daggerboards. On this particular boat, the Daggerboards do not protrude above the deck. They're solid carbon fiber, beautiful foil-shaped boards. They're super easy to operate. The boards on this boat are semi-buoyant, and they're quite easy to operate. You have an up and a down cord, and so you come back here to this pulley, and then this is designed to come up to this winch. Whether you're going up or down, you just give it a couple of things on the winch. Press the electric button. The Daggerboard goes down. When you're done, boom, you come back, pop down the stopper, and you're set. Very easy to operate. Most of the time, you won't have the Daggerboards down very much. We recommend that they're down about 1/4 all the time. A lot of people don't realize it, but the boats actually sail better off the wind with a little bit of board down. They have a really playful feel, and you get a little bit of lift off the boards. Upwind though, that's when they really shine. In light airs under, say, like 10 knots, the boards will be kept all the way down. In 10 to 12 knots of wind, this boat will be going upwind at about 8.5 knots. 12 knots of wind and above, she's starting to do 9. Then we bring the boards up a little bit. Once we get into the 15-knot true range, this boat will be doing 9.5 to 10 knots upwind in that range. That's about her sweet spot. Then as the wind comes up, say to 18 knots true, we'll be taking in quite a bit of reef in the main at that point, and we bring the boards up about halfway at that point, and the boat just sizzles along. Because the Balance 526 is essentially very close to a wind speed boat, in our opinion, in most conditions when the wind's over 8 knots, you're going to be sailing. You're not going to be motoring. Once the wind drops under 8 knots, if you don't want to sail, under 8 knots, or you want to be sailing at 5 or 6 knots, well, then you can still sail, but eventually you're going to have to power the boat. And when do you use your engines? You use your engines when you're docking, and you use your engines when you're pushing the boat, when you're trying to make a long passage and you're punching through a windless zone. The standard boat comes with 45 horsepower engines, and those will push the boat along. They're Yanmar 45s. Those will push the boat along at about 8.5 knots top speed, maybe 9 knots top speed, but that would be running up about 2,800 RPM. Most of the customers have elected to get the Yanmar 57, which is the same engine body. It's quite light. It generates a lot more horsepower. We have found that with just one engine at 2,000 RPM running, the boat is doing about 7.5 knots. With both engines running, we can get her a little over 10 knots, up to about 11 knots. But her most fuel efficient range would be to run one engine at say 2,300 RPM, motoring along at about 7.5 to 8 knots. That's going to be super fuel efficient. It's going to give the boat a lot of range, and the engines will be nice and quiet. We did some dB sound tests inside the boat, and boy, is it quiet inside under power. So we're quite pleased with the way she moves under power.